Down the hatch. Quick. Well, that'll teach them to take a nap on my dish drainer. I think he was a little retarded. Was it just a few short weeks ago that I was clearing this with the hedge trimmer, clipping and raking and sweating? I really do enjoy the 4 seasons. It's times like this morning trying to get, it seemed like an overwhelming number of things together, like just putting on my hooded sweatshirt, putting on my jacket, and then remembering, well, the hood is back there. Take the jacket off and get the hood up on my head. Put the jacket back on. Going to look for ice on Otter Pond. Had a low in the low 20s overnight. So there might be finally a skim of ice at least. Come on, Suki. There she comes. Yeah, there's ice. If I could find my skates, I could skate. I was hoping for something a little more photogenic in the way of ice, like bubbles underneath and patterns and kaleidoscopic colors oozing from the swamp gases. Well, good morning. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. There's Suki, full of P and V. I'm going to take care of a problem. I wake up in the early morning hours. I obsess about things like this. The raking that I did out here a week or 10 days, who knows, a while ago, back when temperatures were very temperate. And I was sure that these humps were just going to be here temporarily because it's going to be warm for the next, well, this is middle of October. I got at least 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks that I will have to get these humps out of here so I can get the snow blower through when it becomes winter with real snow. And beginning, 3, 4 days ago, the temperature plummeted. So I wake up in the mornings early, lay there in the dark because I can't sleep, and I begin to obsessively worry about these damn piles are going to get frozen solid, are probably already frozen solid, and I can't get them out of there. They're going to be in my way. So I hit it with the spade a few minutes ago. It's loose. Thank goodness. Why do I worry about such things? Well, I'm obsessively worried about anything and everything that I can possibly think about, to worry obsessively about. So we're gonna get them out of here now. Worrywart. All right, where the hell did she go? I guess I should look behind me because that's probably how she There she is. In the woods. There she is. I hate being crowded. There's a goose. Oh, okay. I don't need a shovel. Oh, good girl, there's a goose. You got a good one there, doggy. There, that's one of those little tasks I've been looking at for months. Mainly the birch bark up against the woodshed.
I gotta get that out of there before winter. I gotta get that. Where am I gonna put that? What am I gonna do? It's done.
Now, bring on winter. I love it. Well, hi again. I'm making squash sweet potato soup. Totally from scratch and totally not from a recipe. How hard can it be? Use 2 quarts of stock, homemade of course, been frozen for 6 months in the deep freeze, so I know they're good. I chunked up 2 sweet potatoes and butternut or buttercup squash, acorn squash. Baked them yet last night. Then when I took them out after an hour, sweet potatoes had a skin on them. Well, I don't want a skin on them. So I baked everything and took them out of the oven when they got done, little at a time when they seemed to be done. And then the sweet potato chunks I put in a saucepan and boiled them for another 15-20 minutes to get rid of the skins on them. Yeah, these are fine now. I may add a little bit of curry. I will probably add some ham. And then, of course, like all my soups, I like to puree them in the blender once everything is done. Get rid of chunks. So, follow along with me. I wish I had some cooking apples. These are Honeycrisp. I don't know, I don't think they cook up like a Macintosh would. Gets soft. So I'm sort of making all this up as we go. And I would say I'll let you know, but I don't need to because you'll be in on this either fiasco or success. And I guess first thing I'm going to do is scoop out the meat from the skins. And I don't want to rely on the blender breaking up. I don't want to have to try to break up uncooked parts of the squash. That's a fool's errand. What I really wanted to preserve or have is the sweetened parts of what you get from baking something like this. Didn't want to just boil up all the squash because I wouldn't have the caramelized parts. I wouldn't get those from boiling. So I've got a few little things in my head from experience that might assist this being a success, or it will turn into an unsuccessful fool's errand. Well, this is very nicely softened. Parts like that are browned from oven baking. When I checked the sweet potato, oh man, when I checked the sweet potato last night for doneness, oh, delicious. No wonder they're called sweet potatoes. And when I checked the squash, it was not as sweet as the sweet potato. Imagine that. Oh, this is going to be, that's a good piece. So then I'm thinking, well, Jesus, I should have, or next time I guess I will make sweet potato only soup. Much more flavor. Now this is, I think the acorn squash. Ooh, I should add some maple syrup. That is a good idea. I don't want to sweeten with just sugar. And since I don't have baking apples, maple syrup would be the trick. Brown, yeah. Come on, skin. Get off of there. I was editing the enchilada casserole that I made. I was editing this yesterday. I had to laugh because I was going on into this recipe, putting it in that smaller cake pan. Just after I had read the exclamation pointed, use the 13 by 9 exclamation point. And I totally spaced out on that. I guess I should add some good garlic to this too. Since I'm making it up, I can do whatever I want. I could put in barbecue sauce, some vinegar, some soy sauce. Of course, soy sauce is necessary. I don't think this acorn squash is quite, well, maybe it is done. I don't know. It sure is fibrous. Why is it that one of baby's first foods is squash? And that's about the last time any kid, any person, willingly eats squash until they get to be well into their adult years and they finally accept squash as a somewhat mediocre, somewhat reluctant accompaniment to a meal. And we gotta bake them, of course, with butter and honey or maple syrup to make them palatable. That's too bad, but it's a truth. Don't want that in there, or that. This is the end of that, not the acorn, it's the other one. So the butternut or buttercup, kind of a round squat. Ham is becoming a staple in this household. This is a really good looking bunch of ham. Usually just buy whatever they have in the way of ham steak. The last one was Smithfield, which is a very ubiquitous brand around here, as though it's the only company making ham in the neighborhood. And this one is made by Frick's out of Washington, Missouri. And it was very nicely priced. I don't remember what it was, but how does it taste? It tastes like ham. It's delicious. Great. Now the rest of this ham can go into an omelet. Yeah, I'm joking. Some of it could and will. All right, what else should I put in here? I guess broth would be a good idea. Or stock. I was reading in Cook's Country magazine. There's a difference between the two. Broth and stock are commonly synonyms for the same thing. But they're not the same thing, at least in Cook's Country world. Well, this might be enough. I gotta taste this. Tastes like weak, salty water. Now what? Garlic powder. Yeah, 1 quart of stock is enough. What else do I want to put in here? Ground cinnamon. Bay leaves. Maybe I should put a bay leaf in there. Cream of tartar. Yeah, I do have 2 of them. I guess this is a case of I didn't see it before I bought more. This one, the 318. Jesus. This one's Best Buy, May of 23. Fennel seed, sesame seed, paprika, ground cloves. Well, that would go well, wouldn't it? Whole cloves, nutmeg, basil, thyme, red pepper, oregano, dillweed. That would certainly give it a whole different flavor. Old Bay seasoning. You know, I bought this because I've heard about it for years, and I never think about using it because I'm not sure. Well, no recipe calls for it, and I'm not about to put it in this soup. Chopped onions. I think I got to add some of that. I was gonna cut up an onion, but vanilla. I could put some of it. I got allspice. Jeez. More cinnamon. Curry. I'm adding a couple of carrots. Bought these to make a curried carrot apple peanut soup. Gloriously delicious. Made it a couple of years ago. Found it, I don't remember where, but I was excited because it came from a very reputable source. And, well, it's a home run. The apples give it that sweetness that I'm talking about. Wonderful sweetness, natural sweetness from fruit, not from sugar. I was going to make that soup again for Thanksgiving, which I've been invited to attend. Unfortunately, I got to thinking about this situation, and currently, as you know, we're in mid-October. Hearing on NPR this morning that COVID-19 cases are absolutely surging to a frightening degree. All of the health people are alarmed as hell. As predicted months ago, that when fall got here, it was going to be probably a real serious resurgence. It's happening, and we've got very irresponsible people, including a sheriff's department. It seems Wisconsin is at the center of this apex of COVID-19 resurgence or surge. I feel so bad for the Wisconsin people because the governor there had issued a rule. He tried to issue it in the summer and was overruled by the Wisconsin Supreme Court, and the Republicans, it was overturned. Mind alarming. How on earth can anybody overturn anything that is meant to keep people safe and alive? And now Wisconsin is the worst in the country because people are refusing to mask up, and we've got a sheriff's department in Florence County, Wisconsin. They are just defiant. We're not going to enforce the mask rule, and we're not going to mask ourselves. Get on with life, and it's no big deal to be masked. Another thing I heard this morning was that the next 6 to 12 weeks is going to be, I don't know the words they used, but very, very grim. And I've decided I'm not going to attend Thanksgiving dinner with my sister and Chuck and his brother and the elderly couple friends they've invited. I just can't justify it. I don't mind being alone. I can make my own soup myself. We are in a very, very serious time, and people are minimizing it. A lot of people are minimizing this, like Trump. It's just the sniffles, she said a couple months ago. And just, I'm hearing this morning that the rally he held yesterday in Wisconsin, yeah, it's fading away. It's fading away. He should be criminalized and arrested and put in jail and gagged now, today. He's killing people. All right. You know what? I'm going to make this soup, and it's going to be killer good. It's going to be extraordinary. And I won't remember what I did. How much curry do I put in here? 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon curry powder. I'm going to go with a tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon. I'm going to go with a teaspoon. Oh, come on. Oops. I'm sorry. One teaspoon. That may not be enough, but I can add it later. Minced onion. 2 tablespoons. Well, this is a way to do it. I've got this on video. I should do another carrot. I should do without dog hair. I think I'm going to need to put in more broth or stock. Take my choice, huh? There we go. I'm not going to add salt yet. And if I do need to add salt, I may add low sodium soy sauce instead. I guess I only need to cook this until the carrots are soft. Oh, maple syrup. No, I'm going to add that later. It is delicious. I wouldn't change a thing. It's just a hint of sweetness. My first all-original recipe. And very smooth. That's it for this time. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button. See you next time.